Do you want to be respected? Then learn to be silent. It sounds simple, but it's one of the rarest disciplines in the world. Most people talk too much, react too fast, explain themselves too often. But the great ones, the ones who truly changed the world, understood early that silence is a weapon. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It gives you power because it forces others to reveal themselves while you remain calm and observant. When you master silence, you learn to read intentions, feel energy, and control any situation without raising your voice. And the one who controls without intimidation earns true respect. So listen carefully, because what you're about to hear can completely change the way you move through the world. People confuse silence with submission. They think staying quiet means acceptance, but real silence is a conscious decision, not cowardice. It's the choice not to hand your power over to chaos. It's understanding that responding to everything is the same as wasting your energy on nothing. The modern world is loud. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants to prove a point. But in that noise, they lose what matters most: control. Remember this: respect isn't born from what you say, but from what you can restrain. The more you master the impulse to react, the louder your presence speaks. How many times have you felt the urge to reply instantly, to defend yourself, to explain something that shouldn't even need an explanation? We've all been there, burning inside. But that's the exact moment that separates the wise from the weak. Because while the world expects you to explode, you breathe. While they wait for an attack, you simply observe. And that calm gaze, that unshaken silence, carries more strength than 1,000 words. People don't know how to handle someone who doesn't react. They need drama to feel alive, a reaction to feed their egos. When you don't give them that, they lose control. That's when the power shifts to your hands. To master silence is to master time. Because when you don't react, you gain precious seconds to think. And those seconds are the difference between regret and brilliance. How many times have you said something you wished you could take back? How many times has a single impulse destroyed what took you years to build? Silence is the filter that prevents regret. It gives you space to choose words that build instead of harm, to choose battles worth fighting instead of wars that drain you. But don't be fooled. Silence isn't easy. It hurts because it demands emotional strength and humility. The ego wants to prove, to defend, to win. Only the strong can stay quiet while everything inside them screams. That's where respect is born, from the one who stays standing while everyone else loses control. Silence is also a mirror. It shows you who you really are. When there's nothing left to say, you're left with yourself. And in that space, the outer voices fade, and the inner voices start to speak. That's where you discover what truly drives you, what you fear, what you need to change. It's uncomfortable, but it's real. That's why so many people run from silence, because truth lives there, and truth demands growth. To master silence isn't to hide, it's to train. It's turning your inner world into a fortress so that no criticism can destroy what's already strong inside. Respect begins within. When you know who you are, you don't need to prove it. You don't chase validation. You don't bend for acceptance. You remain centered, grounded, and the world starts to adapt to your frequency. Peace commands respect. In a world where everyone talks, the listener becomes rare, and rarity is valuable. People remember those who listen deeply, who don't interrupt, who speak only when it matters. And when you finally speak, your words carry weight. That's why the wise speak less, because when silence comes first, speech becomes sacred. Silence also protects you. It's an invisible shield. When you keep your plans, your pain, and your victories to yourself, no one can use them against you. The world craves to know what you think and feel, because exposure makes you weak, but mystery protects. There's power in not revealing everything. Those who show less live in more peace. Those who talk less make fewer mistakes. Those who observe more learn faster. Silence also reveals others. Stop talking, and masks fall off. People expose themselves through how they react to your silence. The insecure fill the gap with noise. The fake get uncomfortable. The wise stay calm with you. Pay attention to how people behave when you choose to say nothing. That's where you'll find who truly understands you. Every time you hold back from reacting, you're building energy. Every time you breathe instead of exploding, you're gathering strength. That quiet energy is what helps you rise when no one believes in you. It's what makes you unstoppable when others fall apart. The world doesn't fear the loud, it fears the focused. And focus is born in silence. But understand this, silence will be misunderstood. The weak will call it arrogance. The insecure will call it coldness. And the noisy will try to provoke you, just to break your calm. Smile. Their noise only proves your presence intimidates them. Your peace disturbs their chaos. Serenity is a threat to the undisciplined. That's why true respect often comes with solitude. While they talk, you work. While they argue, you evolve. Mastering silence is mastering vibration. When you stop reacting instantly, you stop being a slave to moods, fear, and anxiety. You start choosing emotions like weapons before battle. Every conscious choice is an invisible victory. You might look calm on the outside, but inside, you're moving mountains. That controlled stillness makes people think, there's something different about him. That's respect. And you might wonder, but won't they think I'm weak if I don't respond? Let them. Those who need to prove strength don't have it. Real power doesn't need to announce itself. It's in how you walk slowly while others rush, in how you smile when they expect you to shout. That silent elegance, that's the mark of mastery. Silence also connects you to something greater. When the noise fades, you hear your intuition. That's where real wisdom lives. That's where you realize you were never alone. God speaks in silence. That's why so few can hear him. They're too busy shouting their fears. But when you quiet your mind, guidance comes naturally. Some say the world belongs to the loud. They're wrong. The world belongs to the observers, the thinkers, the ones who act with precision while others react with emotion. Silence gives you vision. While they waste energy trying to convince, you're already executing your next move. Eventually you realize you don't need to explain anything. Your progress doesn't need to be announced, only lived. Results speak louder than any argument. Those who truly respect you don't need to hear you all the time. They feel your presence. That's maturity. That's power. Silence is the stage of the strong. It's where you build patience, focus, and self-control. It's where you find your purpose again. When the world pushes you to react, remember, your calm is your greatest weapon. Respect is born from mastery of self. So next time someone provokes you, breathe. Don't answer to prove anything. Observe, learn, act only when it truly matters. Let silence speak for you. Let your composure command the respect that words never could. Because when the world realizes nothing can shake you, it has no choice but to listen, even if you say nothing at all. You don't need to shout to be noticed. You don't need to force to be respected. You just need to be consistent, firm, and silent. Silence isn't the absence of sound, it's the presence of power. It speaks in frequencies only the disciplined can hear. And you're becoming one of them. Respect isn't asked for, it's earned. And it's earned when you stop acting like everyone else and start acting like the few who master themselves. In silence you build authority, character, and freedom. The world will test you, provoke you, try to shake your peace. Smile and stay silent. Every time you choose silence, the universe understands you've learned the lesson. And now, if this message spoke to you, if you felt that moment of truth deep inside, do something simple yet powerful. Write. In the comments, I choose the silence that strengthens me. That small act will anchor this mindset in you and remind others that they're not alone in this awakening. Leave a like if this message resonated. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe for more content about self-mastery, focus, and inner strength. Because here, our mission is clear. to help you master the only power no one can ever take away, the power over yourself. Take a deep breath. Look around. Notice who you've become. Silence is now your voice, and the world will hear it.